So this is to demonstrate a few of the comments that I made about sharpening lopping shears. These are my lopping shears. The black piece here is the cutting blade, and right along here is the sharp edge. This silvery piece is what I call the anvil. This is just a flat piece of steel, and when you cut the blade, the back side of the blade here rubs along this face of the lopping shears. And you can see mine has a bit of rust on it, and it's pretty hard to tell, but right here there's kind of a pretty good nick in mine. So I'm going to run through the sharpening process with you. First thing to do, as I mentioned, is to see if the blade needs to be tightened. Right here there's a bolt that holds this sharpened blade in position, and then there's a bolt that holds the anvil piece in the correct position. So I've checked mine. I'm looking for how close the back of the sharpened blade rubs against this face of the anvil, and I've looked at mine, and it when I look here as the two blades pass, it's actually pretty good alignment. So what I'm going to do, you can see I've got some rust on the edge of my blade and a couple of nicks. There we go. So I'm going to run through the process of sharpening. When I mention a sharpening tool, this is one that I've got. It's a little handheld device. It's got a preset angle on the between the piece of steel on the left here and the black grinding bit here on the right. And this is good for, this is a lawnmower sharpener or an axe sharpener. It's got a little hand guard here. You hold it like this, hold it firmly, and you're going to drag it along this sharpened edge of the shears. Do not use this tool on the silver anvil piece. You just use a flat file held flat against this surface and run the file across there a few times to get this rust off and to get a nice square edge right along here where the blade's going to rub. So I've loosened the main bolt that was holding my blade. Mine actually has a second bolt down here that I've loosened up, and I've been able to position the cutting blade in my shop vise. And now I'm going to demonstrate using the sharpening tool along this edge of the cutting blade. So the idea is, and again, I've got a glove on here because I'm going to be running my hand pretty close to this sharpened edge, and if it slips, I don't want my my fingers to get cut on this sharpened blade. It's a little hard to demonstrate and operate the tool at the same time, but you position the tool with the silver piece is the guide, the backing that goes against the back of the blade, and the black piece is the actual sharpening stone in this tool, and it's at a preset angle that's going to gently sharpen this blade. And I'm going to position it and then draw the tool along this blade and do it a few times, and you'll see as my blade gradually gets sharper, you'll see some of this rust disappear and the edge is actually getting a little bit better. So you can maybe see along the edge all that rust is gone off of there. I've done maybe 25 strokes with my sharpening tool to get that. I was not able to take this big nick out in the blade right there, so I'm just leaving that alone. You do have to apply a bit of force with this thing to get it. You're actually physically grinding that edge down. Next, I'm going to take a flat file to this inside edge of my anvil piece. And now you can see along my anvil, I spent maybe 30 seconds gently filing with smooth strokes, keeping the file flat along the surface to basically what I'm trying to do is get this square between this face and this flat surface here. This edge right here is where the cutting blade does its business. So I'm going to put it back together, adjust the tension, and my lopping shears should be good to go for this season. Thanks. Good luck.